Hello, Tania.
Yes.
This is much better, much
Okay.
better. So, my first question to you was, where are you? I noticed that obviously you've been doing a lot of work in India, but where are you at the moment?
Right now I'm at home. I'm at home in Mexico, Mexico City, actually. And I've been here in Mexico already for 3 months. 3 months after being here. I was in India, yeah.
So that's very interesting because I really wanted to talk to you about India. How long were you in India doing? Because you were doing Mexican food, right, in India?
Yeah, that's right. Let me talk you a little bit about that. It consists in a contract where Tequila Corralejo is involved. And what they want to do is like people know more about the brand along with the Mexican food.
And what's the take of Mexican food in India? Because I would think that Indian food and Mexican food have a lot in common.
It is. Actually, I had to work with some challenges. People there still think about Mexican food always being a lot of spicy, and everything should be very spicy. That's one. And the other one is that many people there still think Mexican food is this Tex-Mex food.
That is always the challenges. I think I've spoken with people all over, in Europe. I have spoken with people in Asia, and I thought the challenge is that we face that people think that Mexican food is Tex-Mex, which there's nothing wrong with Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex, as one of my friends, very dear friends, will say, Tex-Mex is the ugly cousin of Mexican food. So it's not Mexican food. It's part of the Mexican food sort of. It started as part of Mexican food, so it has roots in Mexican food, but it's not what you and I from Mexico were used to it, right? That's more of what people in Texas or in the US are used to, and that's what has made it all over the world because it's easy food, it's easy food to have. But yeah. So how do you go about, trying to educate people? Because I believe, when we started to push the boundaries and tell them this is not Mexican, Tex-Mex is not what I'm doing here. I'm doing something different. What do you use or what do you tell them to educate them?
Well, actually, I was very impressed because there was no resistance. They were enter the buffet, for example, and they will ask for nachos or something, and I will say, and I will tell them, well, I have some, here you go, but I also have this, and they will be interested in trying, interested in asking, oh, I didn't know about this, let me try it. And actually, they love it. So there was no resistance, there was no angry people, just they were amazed and they were interested in learning. And that's actually, I use Tex-Mex to captivate their attention, and then just here's traditional mole, tacos, this, that, and they love it. They actually like authentic Mexican food, but they don't know how to prepare it and they don't know about it.
Yeah, and I think it's. I was talking to somebody the other day about the role that people like yourself have, which is you become an ambassador of Mexican food, overseas, and your role is to do that, the education, because a lot of people don't know about authentic Mexican food, and it is all about changing that perception in terms of what the real food, and authenticity is a very, very loose term, because something is as authentic as I remember. You may have a different perception of what a pastor taco is to what to me a pastor taco. There's so many different recipes of pastor tacos, just to get started, that authenticity is very different. But at least, what we all have in common in Mexico, which is like the soft corn tortilla, the moles, the salsas, the fresh salsas, all of that is, I think, what, it takes sometimes to educate people. Can I go back to you as a chef? Have you always been cooking Mexican food?
Yeah, actually, I've always done it. I've been cooking already for more than 10 years now. And since the beginning, I come from a small town. I don't know if you know Tampico, Tamaulipas. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah, I'm from there. So when I came to Mexico City and I realized there's a lot of ingredients and a lot of Mexican food that I didn't know about, that's when it started. So that's how I realized I need to do this and learn more about this. And India, it was kind of an accident actually. And I've been traveling to India already twice. This was my second trip, doing the same thing, cooking and teaching about Mexican food.
That's awesome. That's great. What's the food like? Because I've never been. I know where Tampico is, but what would you say are the big difference between the food in Tampico and the food in Mexico City? Because I'm from Mexico City, so that's the food that I'm used to.
Okay.
What do you say are the big difference between those two cuisines?
Well, it's huge actually. Like, you know, if you travel around Mexico, each region has like its different dishes. Tampico is all about seafood. It's located in the Gulf of Mexico, so seafood is what we eat the most, and just basic stuff. And for example, enchiladas, gorditas. But the way that we do it is also different. It's more like a small town dish. And I come to Mexico and this like more portions, more bigger. Seafood, it's good, but it's not like being in the shore. And
yeah, true.
And I didn't know anything about a lot of street food. Here we are, Mexico City, street food is the best. And then I didn't know anything about the box, chapulines, escamoles. I didn't know anything about that. So you find all these different things only here in Mexico City.
Let me ask you a question. What about fish tacos? Because the world has got crazy about fish tacos. Here in Australia, that's the most consumed taco by far. And then you go to Mexico, especially Mexico City, and then Pastor is by far the biggest taco. What is in Tampico like, and what's your perception of fish tacos?
I think we have anywhere you are, and no matter where you're from, fish tacos will be a hit, because I think it's because of the fritter, humans
the
just
batter.
love those. Yeah, all humans love that. But actually in Tampico also, Pastor tacos are the best. Also, yeah.
What's your favorite taco? Now that we're in the taco topic.
Carnitas, pork tacos are my favorite. Yeah.